Hello Libra, Elsie here to do a bonus read for you, my friends. Just came back to say thank you for all the ways that you've been loving on this channel. Amazing. Thank you so much for your clicks and views. I really appreciate you. Came back here to say thank you. I am here to do a bonus read. Bonus reads are usually for the current and the future energy. I don't intend on looking at anything back there. If it shows up, I am obviously going to acknowledge it. That's my job, but I'm going to try not to dig into anything back there. Let's find out what's going on. For you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, Libra, there are sales on private reads. Please look at the pinned comment right under this video at the top of all the comments. You'll have a link to my Hypsee page if you'd like to book with me. Let's find out what's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me what I need to know about Libra. Libra, we've got the Three of Pentacles. It feels like you're building some type of a foundation with something, someone, a situation. You're being very careful, though. That was very much a Libra thing. You're being very careful with how you're building the foundation. I feel like you're observing a lot. So it's like we start to build, we build the foundation, and then I back away and I observe. And then we build a little more of the foundation, then I back away and I observe. And I think that's what's going on here, and that's what it feels like. Because I feel like what you're trying to avoid is the Ten of Swords. You're not interested in being deceived again or betrayed again or go through a painful ending with something. And that's why I think you're being extra careful with this Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy here. And we've got this Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy right here. So it does feel like you are moving slowly towards something. You're building a foundation with someone, with other people, with a job possibly. You're being very careful and observant. We've got the Six of Wands, but I think you see victory in the distance, to be honest. I think that you are getting or giving a lot of attention. I want to say that maybe you're watching someone get a lot of attention. Maybe you're watching someone at work get a lot of attention, but it feels like this Six of Wands tells me that I feel like there is victory to be had here, but I feel like you are viewing the victory from a distance. It feels like you're observing it. Ooh, but guess what? You're not going to be able to observe much longer. It feels like you're really going to have to get into it. You're going to get into the middle of the victory. I don't think you're going to be able to observe it much longer, because when the Tower shows up, it is a major shift. And this shift that I think is coming in your shift in a mindset. It feels like you are going from a place of observing to actually getting in and causing a little bit of a stir, taking action. Six Wands. Tell me more about Libra. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like because the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Swords are both touching the Tower, that's how I read. It feels like what this Tower is busting you out of is being on the outside looking in, or being disconnected. It feels like there is an energy of you observing from a distance and not necessarily coming in and doing something actively, because I don't see any pentacles other than here. It feels like you are building something really slowly because you don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be left out in the outside looking in. But I feel like the Tower, I feel like these are old energies, I want to say. I feel like this energy of the Ten of Swords and this energy of the Five of Pentacles are being broken down by the Tower. They're being shifted out of the way, because I don't think that whatever you're building here, maybe this is a new job, maybe a new resume, whatever it is, maybe it's a relationship, a friendship, a group of people, maybe a new soul tribe. It feels like you can no longer, the Tower is no longer going to allow you to observe. It's now time for you to get in the middle and take some action here. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Hierophant. And we have the Seven of Cups. It really does feel like somebody here is trying to make a decision, or is very curious as to whether the person that they've met is actually their person. It does feel like we're talking about a person here, but honestly, the Three of Pentacles could be anything in the workplace. Maybe it's a workmate. Maybe am I in the right job? It could be that energy as well. But the Two of Cups here says that we're beginning to grow a bond. We're beginning to entangle our energies, our emotional energies, and we're beginning to grow a bond. This could be a friendship or a loveship, but with the Hierophant energy, it's becoming really serious. It feels like we are closing space, that you're no longer observing from the outside looking in, because the Hierophant is building structure. I feel like this whole time that you've been building little foundations and moving back and then observing, how are they dealing with the information I just gave them? It feels like you are building something really slowly. I think that you're a person who gets overwhelmed unless you move super slow toward a goal. And I feel like you're being really slow and observing. You're moving slowly, kind of heels are dug in. It's, Taurus moves really slowly, and that's what the Hierophant is. I feel that you see somebody here or a situation here that you want to commit to, but you're being super observant and careful, because you don't want to be dealing in the Ten of Swords anymore. So whether the Two of Cups indicates that this is a new friendship or a soul tribe, right? The Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles can be a group of people, a community or a network, or people who you really trust, people who are collaborating and cooperating with you. It feels like what you don't want is to be overwhelmed at the end, being betrayed. What you want, what you're doing is slowly, you're building slowly, because you want to build a solid traditional structure of friendship, of soul tribe, or of a relationship with someone. For someone, if it's an emotional relationship, it feels like the Seven of Cups tells me that when you go any quicker than the pace of the Hierophant, that you get very overwhelmed with your emotions. And so because you don't want to be hurt, I feel like although you're shifting out of these energies, these negative energies, which I feel are from the past, all of the illusion of I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to be betrayed, the illusion of I'm on the outside looking in is being broken down here. We've got the Emperor energy. We've got the Four of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I kind of love that, because it feels like whether you're the feminine or the masculine, that you are now in charge. You're in charge, and you realize that you no longer, when you're in charge, you can control what the Ten of Swords is. The Ten of Swords can be a release, which is a relief, right? But I feel like you realize now that by going slow, observing, building a little, moving back, that you can create something that's stable and sturdy, and you can stay in control, and you can continue to heal, and you can continue to move slow but build a bigger, wider foundation. So for those of you who are looking at this as a reading for maybe a job, this could be building the resume, finding something you really love that is a corporation, right? Because Hierophant can also be corporation, a corporation which is solid and sturdy and moves slow and is fair in all of their dealings. And you don't want to have to be overwhelmed with picking. I feel like you're just going to pick one or two and go with it. I feel like you've got your eye on one particular job that you want here. And I feel that you are in control, I'm going to say, because of your healing, because you know when to hold back, you know how to be in control, you know how to stay in control. I feel like this is you in the King of Pentacles energy, that it feels like you are going to find something which is stable and sturdy and pays really well. We have the Three of Swords. We have the World card. You're letting go of heartbreak. I really love that, in favor of the Ace of Cups, because the World card is an accomplishment and a milestone, as well as some chapter that's closing. And the chapter that's closing in your life is this chapter of heartbreak. And it's because you're in control, because you're going at it slowly, Libra. I think it's really smart. You're going at it slow. You're not jumping into anything in desperation. You're moving really slow, and I think that's super smart. So the World card being here, could tell me if you are dealing with somebody who this is a romantic reading for. Then it would be Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, possibly Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe Libra or Scorpio you're dealing with, maybe a Taurus. But any of those could be in your chart as well. It does feel like the accomplishment or the milestone here is that you've now cured yourself of the betrayal. You've realized that what you've brought full circle here in your accomplishment is that by going slow and staying in control, that you've in essence eliminated the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. This is now a relief. This is now a release. And the Three of Swords is a place where I feel like you've ended the heartache or the heartbreak before it even begins. And that's because you're just being careful. Tell me what the Three of Pentacles is, please, for Libra. We've got the Star, we've got the Hanged Man, and we've got Justice. And so this is really interesting because I feel like this is what you were dealing with, right? You were dealing with Seven of Swords people, possibly. And I feel like the Star, the Hanged Man, and the Justice card, which are all major arcanas, by the way, you don't have a choice in that. They're going to happen, just like the Tower here. I feel like this, whatever this Three of Pentacles represents for you, whether that's a friendship group or a community or people that are in a new network of people, I feel like this is what you've been wishing for. I feel like a wish is going to be fulfilled. I'm going to say that if you're in this new tribe already, this is your tribe. Or if you're going to come upon a tribe and you're wondering, do I really want to get involved in the dynamics there? I think it's really safe for you to do so because of the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is in a pause, in a perspective, but also ready to sacrifice at any moment if I need to. And guess who's right here? That's you, Libra. Justice is here. So I think that what you will do is you will approach this group slowly, and then you will make your decision, but you will make it based on your paused energy, your perspective energy, and also, are they balanced? Because they got to be balanced along with me being balanced, because if they're out of balance, I'm going to be out of balance. But I feel like you're really okay with swinging the sword of justice and sacrificing everybody in that group if you need to. I feel like you're being really honest with yourself, which is really great. I really love that with the justice energy here. Tell me what this shift is, with the shift in mindset for Libra, please. Tell me about the Tower, because I think you're shifting out of this Five of Pentacles. I feel like maybe you were spending a lot of time by yourself, or you felt like you were maybe on the outside looking in of groups of people. And I think that this group of people have kind of pulled you in under their wing. And so I feel like your thought process is shifting here, and also the way you feel about something. We've got the Chariot and the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords. You know what I really love is it feels like that this is a really comfortable place to be, because the Sun is here, and although you're not really sure is there growth to be had here, I think that you see everything for what it is, because the Sun in the reverse is still bright. So I feel like with the Chariot energy here and the Nine of Swords, I feel like with this shift of energy, it pushes things forward here. And I feel like you're still on high alert, I'm going to say, but with the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords here, and she's got the Ace of Swords in her hand, and so that's 10 swords here. I feel like what you're doing is you're releasing apprehension, you're releasing worry. You've decided you're not going to worry. You don't have to worry about this group of people or this person that you're pursuing that you want to date. I think you're the one doing the pursuing, because the Emperor is the masculine leaning energy, and the masculine leaning energy is always the one that is in pursuit. The Queen of Swords is telling me that you've met some people who are balanced, and it does feel like they allow you to be free to speak your mind, to be who you are. And so the Queen of Swords is always the one who's honest and truthful to a fault, right? So I feel like what's shifting here is it feels like your mindset is shifting. I feel like you're going forward with the Chariot. You're going forward into, this sort of disciplined group of people who are very balanced in their emotional energy, and therefore you feel free to release any doubts that you might have had. Tell me what the outcome is here, please, for Libra. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Hermit energy. You know what's really beautiful here is I feel like if this is a group of people I'm talking about, these people allow you to be individual, to say what you're going to say, do what you're going to do. They appreciate that you are confident. They appreciate that you are individual. that you are someone who has built your reputation or built your confidence or built a business, but you've built yourself. And I think that they really appreciate that about you. I feel like this is a long-term group of people that you're going to be able to share your deepest realizations spiritually with. I feel like this is a spiritual group of people that they, when you go off grid, as you will, Libra, that you will detach maybe from being overwhelmed, or you get overstimulated really easy. I feel like these people are like, yeah, that's okay. Libra's going to detach for a while. Let Libra be who they're going to be. And I feel like that they really are very aware of your independence. So whether we're talking about a relationship, like a romantic connection, because of the Hierophant and the Two of Cups, if we're talking about a deep emotional bond that you're creating and building slowly with somebody, this person is going to allow you the space to be who you are. They're not going to crowd you. They're not codependent. They're not going to be in your back pocket. They're just going to want you to be honest with them about what your needs are, and they're going to want you to have your needs. I think that's really lovely. This could also be in a group of people. This could be in the new employer's office. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. That's going to make you want to work on it. Put effort, time, energy. I feel like you're still going over the details here, because Virgo is here twice, that you're still reassessing the situation. And I feel that you're feeling very solid and sturdy the way things are going right now. I feel like you're growing and they're growing, but they're allowing you to grow how you will. And so I think that they're just expecting the same from you. That's all. But you've met someone who's really truthful and honest, or a group of people who are going to watch you grow and let you be who you are. And if you go off grid, you go off grid. And when you come back, they're gonna give you open arms, because I feel like you've met your soul tribe. We've got the Six of Swords, and I think you should be excited about it. Or you've met your soul mate. Look, Six of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Hierophant tells me that this is the person that you're probably going to commit to, because the 6 and 2 is 8, and I feel like you're detaching from anything else, or you're not settling anymore. You want the whole thing. You want the Two of Cups and the Hierophant. You don't just, and the Six of Cups. You don't just want just a surface relationship. You're looking for something with complete emotional depth. And I think that's what you found. I think it's really beautiful. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm going to go, but I'll be back, of course, because I'm always back. You guys take care. And I'm out of here for now. Bye-bye.